That's Homelander? Am I wrong?
So I'm in the A6 Discord. We're informing them of Alderon's slander.
Oh. What's our name, Megan?
Otto. Not Otto like a car. No, don't put Phil.
It's a good thing we're
just put Otto.
PC in our chat room. It rocks. So there you go.
I don't care about the cocaine or the drugs. Otto. We get a surname in this game.
Otto Phil.
Our surname is Pegasi. Pegasi? I don't know. There's an apostrophe in there. Oh, now I would say he would probably be Tilari. Tilari is the pastel skinned people.
Okay.
I thought it was first name Otto, last name Phil.
We have a surname in this game, so we're not using Phil. We're just using the in-game last name.
Ugh.
We can't change it.
Ugh.
Kitelfins are the space mermaids.
Okay. Space maids.
They're more amphibious.
Do they just kind of float around in space?
I know. It's like
they had a planet that was mostly ocean.
Oh, okay. Are they from Space Australia?
No.
More space, baby.
We get it. You're from Space Australia. All right.
So I will say that like.
Whoops.
I would say Tilari because Otto has a lot of pastels in their character design.
Oh, great. We already got error 404. Unknown.
Also, there's no voice acting.
That's me.
I'll do at least Otto.
Okay. Are you gonna do the internal dialogue as well?
Yes. My eyes crack open slowly, one and then the other. In an instant, I'm blinded by fluorescent lights that make my head pound, and at once I regret the action. From the heaviness that settled in my bones, I feel as though I've been asleep for a century, and with a low groan, I manage to push myself up on my elbows and clumsily survey my surroundings. Where the hell am I? I find myself in a small room, metal walls, a desk, and some shelves. 2 closed doors. Overall, the space looks quite bare and not at all familiar. I press a hand to my head in an attempt to stifle the pain, and a streak of panic tears through me. My heart begins to race, my mind attempting to sift through all the possible reasons I could be in here in this foreign place with no memory of how I got here.
Yo, can you imagine, like, not knowing where you're supposed to be, but you're in a spaceship in the middle of space, you look out your window, like, oh, that's the void.
So I do have, like, a smidgen of that feeling from that one time I fell asleep in the cave at our childhood home, and the door was open to the window in the room next door, and all I saw, it was complete darkness.
You might want to more explain cave in your childhood home.
It was called the cave.
You might want to.
It was called the cave.
Explain
it was
deep lore.
technically a bedroom because it had a closet, but it was just this windowless storage room in the basement.
With a closet.
And, like, the doors were open. I had fallen asleep in there because that's where we used to play video games when I was very young. And, like, there was a window in the room next door, and the door into the cave and into the room next door were open. So all I could see, complete darkness except the sky and the moon. I was so fucking freaked out.
Or that time I fell asleep in our cousin's convertible little Neo Geo whatever, and I woke up staring at the sky and I gave myself agoraphobia, like super fucking bad.
I don't think that's what agoraphobia is.
Where I just look up at the sky and become terrified that I'm going to fall into the sky.
I think agoraphobia is the fear of people.
No, agoraphobia is the fear of open spaces, genius.
Oh.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All right, so this video game we're playing, back to that.
Yes. And the more I think, the more my brain thumps painfully against my skull. Why can't I remember anything? It takes some effort to push myself into a sitting position, my muscles protesting each small movement. I feel as though an entire building has fallen on me. I attempt to stand, but something makes me pause. A kind of whirring that emanates through the room, and then a sudden lurch of movement that has my legs buckling beneath me, sending me tumbling back onto the bed with a crash. My breath sticks in my throat, panic and confusion rising in me like a wave. What the hell is going on? The door opposite the bed hisses and shifts, sliding back into the wall as it opens, and my fight or flight reflexes takes hold of me.
What are we doing?
Well, what do you think? You don't know where you are. You're in a spaceship. Are you gonna shuffle back into a corner, or are you gonna stand and meet the intruder?
What would Otto do? Fill the space with his presence. Stand to meet the intruder.
I push myself to my feet, but my legs are so unsteady that almost at once my ass is crashing back down to we just fucking fall back into the bed as the person walks into the room. I settle instead for glaring towards the door darkly. Perhaps if I make myself seem menacing, I can gain the upper hand and fight my way out of here.
Puff up your chest. Humans hate it when you do that.
Just a 6'5" guy with 2 pistols walks in. It's like, hello. It's like, I ain't beating your ass.
Are you okay? You should be careful. You might hurt yourself.
My boy.
He's so sweet.
He
I love him
is.
already.
Juniper's the softest boy. I glare at the man who enters the room, assessing him thoroughly. He's so tall that his head almost touches the top of the door frame. He's a tall man.
He is.
He's a large boy.
He is a string bean.
No,
Beanstalk.
He's buff. He gives me a small, awkward smile, though it doesn't do much to calm me.
What concerns me is that he's a sweet man, and he's very tall, but look, he's got some battle damage.
Yeah. You think somebody sees him in a bar and they're drunk and they don't try to fight him?
It's like, I can take this guy. Oh, no, I can't take this guy. Oh, no, he's taking me everywhere. Apologies. I should have knocked.
I track him as he moves across the room, and the metal chair beneath the desk scrapes across the floor as he sets it closer to the bed. He sits and faces me, leaning forward with his arms rested on his knees, and that tight smile still plastered on his face.
How are you feeling?
Are we
going to be an angry cat?
Either say nothing or I'm fine. I'm feeling a little angry cat with Otto.
So, say nothing?
Yeah, say nothing. I look at the
low growl.
I look the man over, from his gentle half smile to his casual posture. Not knowing if I can trust him, I choose to say nothing at all. With a small nod, he seems to accept this.
You know, I was worried about you after...
He cuts himself off abruptly, his eyes flickering, as though he's not sure he should have said that at all. After what? The silence that hangs between us feels decidedly awkward, his hesitation obvious by the way he fidgets with the bracelets around his wrists.
I'll get you some water. Do you want some?
I nod slowly, my eyes still narrowed on him. He stands and heads over to the desk, where I notice a pitcher of water and a glass. Something happened. Something big. I can tell that much, but somehow I can't remember what. He pours a glass and hands it to me, and I drink deep, the cool water soothing my scratchy throat. When I'm done, I set the glass aside and turn to him again, deciding to take the questioning into my own hands.
Hit him with, am I a prisoner?
I would hit him with that first. We're a little hissy cat. Am I a prisoner here?
What? No, of course you're not. You were injured when we found you. We brought you onto the ship to patch you up.
Injured how?
You're on a ship, the Andromeda 6, and my name's June, by the way. What can I call you?
I open my mouth to tell him my name, but I come up short. What is my name? I have a name. I feel it there on the tip of my tongue, but every time I reach out for it, it escapes me. I'm not sure.
Not sure?
I have a name. I just can't remember it for some reason. June frowns, and the familiar feeling of panic begins to bubble up inside me. I should be able to remember something as simple as my own name. Closing my eyes, I try to coax the knowledge from my memories. I can feel it lingering on the edge of my thoughts, and I know it's close, hidden behind the mist in my mind. Nothing. Why can't I remember? My throat tightens at the realization. Not remembering how I got here is one thing, but not knowing my own name? All the names that cross my mind feel foreign, not one of them standing out as mine. Panic begins to sear my lungs, constricting my throat, leaving me gasping for breath.
Hey, don't panic. Look at me.
June shuffles his chair closer to the bed, his eyes locked on mine. He takes a deep breath in through his nose, releasing it slowly through his mouth.
Take a deep breath, and then you can panic.
With a hand, he gestures for me to do the same. After a few breaths in and out, the tightness in my chest begins to ease and cool air floods my lungs.
That's it. Good job. Now close your eyes and relax. Just keep breathing through it.
I hesitate, but I follow his instructions. Closing my eyes, I roll my shoulders and let out a deep, shuddering breath.
He's the biggest fucking green flag. It is
He's even green. He's even colored green.
Yeah, he's so therapeutic right now. Like, I need this. We all need a June. Just like, you know what? You need to breathe. You need to breathe. In. Out. Okay? You're okay.
Breathe out. Breathe.
I know my name. It's here, somewhere.
Don't try to force it. Focus on clearing your mind.
Get some lube.
Let it come to you.
His voice washes over me like a balm, soothing and healing my fractured nerves.
Like a balm.
Like Tiger Balm.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Washes over
Breathe
me like a
in,
balm.
breathe out.
Like C4.
Megan's gonna fucking kill us for not stop this, Adam.
Ever so slowly, my mind empties. The darkness it leaves behind,
Well.
like an endless abyss, waiting to be filled.
With your love.
After a few more moments, something
Yo,
clicks
meat
into
rocket.
place. Like the download button in my brain has regained power once again. Trying to hold all other thoughts at bay, I part my lips and speak the one word that hangs like a neon light in the back of my mind. Otto. Otto, that's my name.
Are you sure?
A breath of fresh air washes over me, the frustration beginning to recede. I try to push my mind a little further, a last name or even my home. But the more I try, the more the black hole of my memory sucks me into nothingness. Nothing comes to mind, not even the slightest inkling. I decide not to push it anymore, for now. My first name will have to do. Slowly, I open my eyes again, a smile tugging at my lips as my eyes fall upon June and that contagious lopsided grin of his. I'm Otto. June grins wider, and it's one of those smiles that reaches his eyes and wrinkles the skin beside them.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Otto. Oh my god, he's so nice. I don't know why. I see him and I think, that's nice. That's nice. Do you remember anything else?
I search my mind, every darkened crevice and corner, but come up short. No.
And this is how you end up in a stranger's van, Ashlee.
June lets out a sigh.
Hey, it fucking worked out for me.
As if it burdens him to be the one to tell me whatever comes next.
This might not be easy to hear. There was an attack on the palace in Siltavai, the planet Goldus. I found you unconscious nearby. A bridge had collapsed. Well, it had been destroyed, actually. Our medic healed what she could, but we never expected memory loss to be a factor.
June, my sweet angel, I probably got bonked in the head by concrete.
Perhaps you lived around the area? Does any of that sound familiar to you?
I recall the city of Siltavai, capital of the planet Goldus. But did I live there? Do I have a life there or a family waiting for me? My mind seems bathed in darkness, coming up blank with each attempt to remember my past. I'm sorry, I remember the city, but nothing past that. June nods as he thinks, absently fidgeting with the bracelets around his wrists.
It could be some type of short-term memory loss. We'll have our medic look you over again. If you remember where you're from, we can help get you back there. There must be something waiting for you.
There isn't. The words leave my mouth before I can stop them, but somehow I know it's true. And even if it isn't, what good would it be if I can't remember them? June shifts in his chair, but I cut in before he has the chance to say more. All I know right now is my name. I have to thank you for that. It's a start, right? I chew on my bottom lip anxiously, feeling his eyes flicker over me and knowing that he's not fooled by the casual act. An uneasiness settles in my stomach, and I think that perhaps I'm more shaken up than I've let on.
Burritos for breakfast.
The only consolation is that June seems worried enough for the both of us.
I'll take you to see our medic. She'll be able to help you far better than I can.
I will say June's sort of the mom friend.
He is.
June extends a hand to help me stand, and when I take it, his skin is surprisingly warm, a stark contrast to the chill of the air-conditioned ship. Despite the roughness of his skin around and the calluses on his fingers, his touch is gentle. For a moment, I think I might be okay to stand on my own, but when I let go of his hand, my legs buckle beneath me. Letting out a yelp, I fall backwards for only a second before a strong arm wraps around my waist, holding me up.
Just threw my fan in excitement. Let's get a little in there.
So I will say, when we meet Damon, you're either going to love him or you're going to hate him.
Oh, great. Can't wait for that. Otto, are you all right?
Nice catch. Nice catch. Flirt. June keeps his arm around me, and a warm flush creeps up the back of my neck as our eyes meet. Nice catch. Nice catch. Wow, Otto, seriously?
Nice catch. I've never heard that one before.
June laughs, and though I can hardly hide my smile, the sound of it makes my cheeks grow hotter. Sorry.
Don't be. I like seeing you smile.
So I will say, before the
Fucking warm.
before the cutoff of who you end up dating, you can flirt with everyone.
Love
it's
it.
an equal opportunity flirt fest.
Equal opportunity flirtation.
Yes. If I had thought my cheeks were hot before, now they're straight up burning.
Girl.
My tongue sitting uselessly in my mouth.
Ha.
I'm sure he could put it to use.
Luckily, June flushes too, and I'm relieved knowing I'm not the only one. With his help, I'm soon balancing again on my own 2 feet, though it doesn't escape my notice that his hands linger on my waist a second or two longer than needed.
Carry on. Uh-oh.
I'm cut short when the lights above us blink on and off, and the ship lurches, prompting June to steady me with a hand on my arm once again. What was that?
Oh, technical issues.
What kind of technical issues? I raise an eyebrow at him. The last thing I need is to be stranded on a broken starship with no memory. One crisis at a time, thank you very much.
It's nothing to worry about. Come on, I'll take you to the infirmary.
I follow June out of the room and down a short corridor where he stops in front of a set of blue transparent double doors.
This is where I leave you. I should probably get to the bridge before all hell breaks loose.
The alarm must show on my face because he shakes his head and chuckles softly.
Nothing to worry about. Head on in, and Riona will take care of you.
Thank you, June. He pauses for a moment, giving me a strange look that I can't quite place. And then, just as quickly, it's gone.
You're welcome, Otto. I'll see you again soon.
He smiles gently before he turns and disappears down the corridor, and I turn to the doors in front of me.
Don't say anything, but is our character actually the captain of the ship and June's the second in command and everyone's really concerned because things happen?
No, Calderon's the captain.
Oh, okay.
I enter the infirmary as cautious and quiet as a rabbit avoiding a trap, not quite knowing what to expect. After getting to know June a little, I can only come to that conclusion that he's a good guy, and it seems like he was telling the truth about me not being a prisoner here. The first thing I notice as I pace through the infirmary is the smell. It smells clean, but not in that sterile medical way. More like a dewy grass and fresh rain, like the open air and sky. It reminds me of a cool spring morning, though I can't recall having ever experienced one. It's almost homey. Do you want to do Rayona or
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're awake.
The voice that startles me is surprisingly soft, and my head tilts to follow the sound. The woman who approaches me is Talari, by the look of her luminescent skin and her bright yellow eyes. My chest warms with a feeling of familiarity. I'm not the only one.
I'm Riona. It's good to finally see you up and about. You had us worried for a while there.
You're the one who's been looking after me? She smiles, and there's something so calming about it that it soothes me right down to my aching bones. I'm reluctant to let my guard down so easily, but her presence hardly inspires fear.
Yes, I'm the medic here. And your name is?
Otto.
Slim Shady.
Will the real Otto please stand up? Pleasure to meet you, Otto. Please, take a seat. Let's have a look at you.
She gestures with long, thin fingers toward the medical chair that's positioned in the center of the room, and I follow her instruction, crinkling the sheet of plastic beneath me as I sit.
So, how are you feeling?
I have a pretty bad headache, but apart from that, I think I'm okay.
June didn't give you any of the painkillers I gave him? I swear that man would lose his head if it wasn't attached to his shoulders.
She huffs as she opens a cabinet and digs around in it. Then she pours a glass of water, coming over to hand me the drink and a couple of small white pills.
Here, take these. They'll help with the pain.
For a moment I hesitate, thinking it's probably not the best idea in the world to take pills from a stranger, but in the end, the pain in my head wins out.
Oh, a piece of candy.
I did actually take candy from a stranger once.
We're full of poor decisions.
I was 20 years old at the time.
Wasn't that time on the bus and a stranger gave you candy?
It was this, I had a cough and this little old Asian lady was like, oh, and held up like
that's
a,
not candy.
no,
exactly,
it was
but
like a
still.
Werther's. It was like a Werther's. She was like, oh,
Here you go, dearie.
and it was like, yes, thank you
Megan's
for the
taking
Werther's.
free candy from strangers. I'm getting into stalker vans with strange men that I just met on the internet, nonetheless.
I just want to point out that Halls come in those little singular candy wrapper type
No,
wrappers.
it was a Werther's original.
Okay.
I took butterscotch candy from an old lady. I take the pills, feeling the relief from them almost immediately
It's
as
a
I set the,
butterscotch arsenic from a nice old lady on the bus.
I set the glass aside.
I woke up in a tub full of ice and there was there's a scar on my lower abdomen. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Hey girls, do me a favor. Tell me if this smells like chloroform.
Thanks, that's much better. I hesitate, and she cocks her head to the side, watching me curiously. Is there something else?
Bitch taking my lines again. Is there something else?
Well, I haven't been able to remember much besides my name.
I see.
Rayona grabs a long silver wand from a nearby table and holds it in front of me.
Wingardium Leviosa. May I?
I nod, and she lights the tip with a swish, shining blue lights on the end.
It really
in my
is a
eye.
wand.
It's a light.
Yeah, she lights the tip with a swish.
One after the other.
I suspected you had a concussion when they brought you in here. You seem to have hit your head rather hard. I cleaned it up and lasered the wound back together, but I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do for memory loss.
She inspects the old wound next. Her fingers are cool against my scalp. She gives an approving hum at whatever she finds there.
Have you noticed any issues with your vision or coordination?
The silver wand is pressed gently inside my ear before Ryona pulls it back out and inspects the strange illuminated symbols on the side. My balance was a little off at first. Since then, apart from the memory thing, I've been feeling fine. Ryona holds the wand in front of my face vertically, and a blue light washes over me, blinking for a few seconds before it dissipates entirely. When I follow her gaze to the screen behind me, the images have changed, depicting a series of numbers and icons I don't understand.
Your scans are relatively normal, aside from some bruising here and there, though that is to be expected.
She stands back and studies me carefully, her nose crinkling slightly in thought.
Physically, you're healing well. If you've already remembered your name, my best guess would be a mild case of retrograde amnesia. The old classic.
Amnesia?
Yes, it's more common than you may
Retrograde?
think following a head injury, though I can't say that every patient heals the same way.
But it will heal, won't it? Ryona gives me a sad smile, and it's only now that I can tell that she's just as unsure as I am.
Only time will tell, but perhaps if I ask you some questions, they might trigger a memory?
It's worth a shot.
Let's see. We'll start with something easy. Where did you live?
So, I know the answers. I'm gonna let you choose.
In a big old city.
A city, at least I think so. The images are hazy, but when I really think about it, I get flashes of a golden sky, clouds stretching as far as I can see.
That's a good start. Do you see anything else?
I close my eyes, like I did earlier with June, and try to remember more. White marble floors and water, no fountains. There were fountains everywhere.
That sounds like Goldus, which is where we found you. The planet gets its water source from tunnels deep below the Earth, and the fountains make it accessible to everyone. Let's see if you remember anything else. Do you have any siblings? Many of them.
Yes, I think I had many. I have this feeling that I came from a big family, but it never felt like one. Except for someone. A brother, maybe? No, wait. I had a sister. I gasp when a sharp pain shoots through my head, whatever memory I was grasping onto slipping through my fingers like sand. I can't remember anymore.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Yeah,
We can
don't
try
go.
again later.
I nod and glance around the room, and once again I'm hit by that smell. I notice now that there's something else mixed into it, something sweet, almost fruity. Can I ask what that scent is?
Oh, it's my mister.
Ryona gestures to a small cylinder-shaped object in the corner of the room, glowing faintly.
I can program it to replicate scents. This one is from my home planet, Tilaran.
She giggles unexpectedly, as if she didn't mean to say that.
Can you make it not smell, or is that nonsense?
Jesus fucking Christ!
Fucking hell! I guess I'm a little homesick.
Choose whichever one you want. I remember Tilaran. Somehow, I remember it being beautiful, but I'm not sure that I've ever been there.
That's a good sign that your memories are still there. Somewhere.
Ryona smiles fondly, and when her eyes turn glassy, I imagine she's envisioning her home in her mind.
And you're right, it is beautiful. Crystal water, clear skies, green stretching as far as you can see, and dotted all over the planet are enormous spires, towers that disappear high into the clouds. Each spire can hold an entire city. Hospitals, schools, homes. People think Goldus is the shining star of the system, but Talaran is the real jewel. It's more beautiful than this hunk of junk anyway, but don't let the captain know I said that.
The captain? Huh, I haven't met them yet. Perhaps they can give me some more answers.
Or some new questions.
Why did you leave Tilarin, if you don't mind me asking? It looks like she fucking does. She smiles sadly, and I can't help but feel a little of the emotion myself sinking into my skin like dew.
Gross.
I wanted to help the people that no one else would.
The wood people?
Megan, I can't mute him any harder. I mean, that's awfully irreversible, you know what I mean?
Just pick one of them, Ashlee. Were you able to help them, the people that needed it? For a time.
For a time, yes. But even the best of intentions aren't always welcomed.
Her face changes, that sadness I've seen glimpses of every now and then coming to the surface once more.
And sometimes things don't go as planned.
I'm sorry to hear that. She smiles at me gratefully, and there's something beautiful about it, something pure and utterly selfless. It strikes me that someone with this much kindness and devotion towards the world should never have to go through such hardship, but I can only hope that whatever she's had to endure has only made her stronger. The ship lurches violently, and Riona and I grab a hold of the chair, fixed securely to the floor to keep ourselves from flying across the room. Again, what was that?
Oh, may just be a gas cloud. Our pilot is usually good at avoiding them, but sometimes the autopilot veers us too close.
I look her over, trying to decipher the truth. Technical issues? A gas cloud? Somehow I get the impression that both of those are a cover, hopefully not for anything worse.
Well, we're all done here. Best if you go back to your room and get some rest. Your body hasn't fully recovered. Do you think you can find your way back on your own?
I'm sure I'll manage.
You're not going to manage. Okay, that's good. I'll bring you some food and fresh clothes in a little while and check in on you on how you're doing.
Thank you for taking care of me.
It's no trouble at all. Now off you go. Make sure to rest.
I exit the infirmary and head back in the direction June and I had come from to find the room I was in. At least I think it was this way. As I continue walking down the corridor, all of the doors look the same to me, and I realize that I should have let Riona show me the way after all. I think we're either gonna meet Bash or Damon next. With no other option, I keep going. The corridors are a mix of metal walls and elaborate circuitry, fluorescent lights evenly spaced hanging from the ceiling, and the occasional patch of holding metal sheets together. I look around for some kind of sign but find nothing, stopping only when I come to the next door. It's larger than the rest of them. It must lead somewhere important. Okay, this is definitely not where I'm meant to be. Curiosity gets the better of me, and while I know I should be resting, per the medic's orders, I can't stop myself from exploring the space. I descend the stairs, passing by crates and various equipment, until I notice a small porthole on one of the walls. Stepping closer, I peek through the window, finding the view to be absolutely breathtaking. The vast dark abyss of the universe is laid bare in front of me, and as I count the stars in the distance, I wonder, am I truly from Goldus? Somewhere out there, the answers wait for me. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in the system lies the key to my true self. My only fear is that it may be unwise for me to go chasing the ghosts of my past. Perhaps this all happened to me for a reason. Perhaps I'd be better off leaving the ghosts buried and start anew. But something tells me deep down that I need to know.
Well, well. Look who's up and running.
It's my boy! I'm startled by a voice behind me and I jump, turning to find the source.
Relax, kid. I'm not gonna... Holy shit, is that what all this racket is down here? The
man who had previously interrupted me steps up to a nearby door, pausing as he studies the panel beside it. When he turns to me again, he swears under his breath, rubbing a hand over the back of his neck.
This is not good. The captain's gonna flip his lid when he hears there's a hole in the cargo hold.
I'm sorry, a hole in the what? You mean the ship? Is it safe for us to be here? I can feel the panic rising again, the fear that we could be sucked out into space at any moment sounding like a very real possibility.
Are we about to be spaghettified?
No, there's no black hole.
The man paces a few steps as he mumbles to himself, looking at the door nervously before turning to me.
Don't worry, that door is airtight. I'm more worried about the Lotalis supply we had stored in there.
When I don't say anything, his lips pull into a tight line.
Small fruit only grows on Talaran? You're Talari, aren't you? Surely you know what I'm talking about?
I shrug my shoulders, and he lets out a defeated sigh.
Doc gets cranky without her special fruit, and you do not want to see her when she's cranky. Come on, let's head to the bridge. We can chat on the way.
He turns briskly, and I debate running in the opposite direction before I think better of it, and I'm forced to jog to catch up with him. I follow the man up the stairs and back into the corridor where he's waiting for me, a friendly smile curving his lips.
I'm Bash, by the way. You got a name?
Otto.
Pleasure. So, Otto, how the hell did you end up in the middle of the coup on Goldus?
The coup? I don't remember.
You don't remember how you got there?
I don't remember anything, well, except my name. June help me with that. He smiles at that and thinks it over for a moment before he speaks again.
Well, that's brilliant. Think about it. It's not every day you get to make up a brand new identity. You want to pick a new name? If you do it quickly, I won't tell anyone you swapped it. Not that there's anything wrong with the one you got, but think of all the choices.
I stare at him stunned, and after a moment or two, his face drops in realization.
Unless you're not happy about all this. Shit, I'm sorry.
I fucking love that.
Sometimes it takes my head a few seconds to catch up with my mouth, you know? Bit of a lag issue. What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
What?
Oh my god, pick one!
Hey, it was a good idea, truly. And who knows, I might consider it, but only after I figured out a few more things about myself first. Who knows? There might be something worth keeping. He grins, his smile wide and warm, and suddenly I feel like this place might not be so bad.
Bash appreciated that. Well, if you need any help coming up with new names, let me know. I've got a ton of ideas. And hey, I get it. There's nothing like falling on your ass to make you feel like nothing in this damn world makes sense anymore. If it's any consolation, I've been there once or twice myself.
His smile turns sad, and I have a hard time imagining anything in the world bringing down the bundle of energy in front of me.
There's nothing like blunt force trauma to make things not make sense.
Well, he definitely had some blunt force trauma in his past. My eyes drift to the tattoos flickering over his skin, the ink glowing luminescent under the spaceship's lights. And then to the bionic arm at his side, a network of metal plates and connectors intrinsically woven together. On closer inspection, I noticed the hastily patched repair jobs and oil-stained bandages holding parts of it together, and I can't keep a smile from tilting my lips.
Do the bionics make you nervous?
I snap my gaze to his face, embarrassed at being caught staring.
Don't snap your gaze.
And when he laughs,
Gotta be nice to your gaze.
and when he laughs, I can't help but feel like he's laughing at me.
Have you never seen bionics before? Your mouth is practically dragging on the floor.
No, I've seen them before. I don't know. Maybe I've never seen them up close?
Oh, that's it, is it? You're hoping for a closer look?
Do you wish
Flirt back.
flirt back? He waggles his eyebrows at me suggestively, and my lips curl into a wicked grin. Two can play this game. I stop and turn to him, slowly running a finger along his metal arm, the touch of it so cool beneath my fingertips that I almost shiver. Bash watches me with curiosity, but he doesn't stop me. Are you offering? He choked at my insinuation and clears his throat, completely caught off guard. I laugh out loud at his ruffled expression, the moment ending. Careful who you're playing with, Tin Man.
Oh, shit. Damn.
His smile widens and he regains his composure so quickly, it's as though he was never flustered at all.
Tin Man, huh? Haven't heard that one before. I like it.
And yes, his left
I
eye...
prefer Man of Steel, though.
We fall in a step next to each other, and I trust Bash's knowledge of the ship to lead me to the right place this time. His left eye is bionic. Do your bionics give you any special abilities? Bash flexes his bionic arm in front of him, making a fist and relaxing it again. His face is strange all of a sudden.
This is stronger than any old human arm. Faster, too. Crushes steel as easily as a tin can. But the real money maker is this.
He pokes himself in the eye.
He gestures to his left eye, giving me the opportunity to study it closer. It's obvious on first glance that there's something different about it. The way it pulses a bright electric yellow makes his right eye, a dark forest green, seem almost dull in comparison.
It's true. The eye has made him more homosexual.
Infrared sight.
His gaze.
Enhance. Infrared sight. X-ray vision. Advanced targeting.
I instinctively moved to cover myself, but when he laughs heartily, I stop, dropping my arms to my side and feeling a little foolish.
Relax, kid. You'll know when it's activated. It glows red.
I feel like he chose those colors though. Like he was just going through like a little catalog, like, do I want?
There's like an app on his cellular device. He's like, and occasionally I would imagine the captain like, Bash, stop playing with your eye color. You're driving me crazy. I will pull this ship over right now.
Fucking Calderon would do it too. I laugh at myself, trying to recover from my awkward reaction. And the tattoos?
Purely ornamental, though I do like to think they add to my overall formidable appearance.
An ungraceful snort escapes me before I can stop. But then I hesitate, deciding how to word the question that's poised on my lips without sounding like I'm digging for the gory details. How did you end up with them? I mean, if you don't mind me asking. How should I word this without being rude? Just ask immediately without any padding. He grimaces, and I'm immediately aware of how intrusive I'm being.
Tell me how your arm got destroyed. Tell me about your immense physical trauma.
And mental trauma. I'm sure you had some mental trauma losing your arm.
And your eye.
Sorry, you don't have to answer that.
I'm sure I had to adjust your gaze.
I'll make you a deal. When something worth sharing pops into that head of yours, I'll tell you.
All right, you've got a deal. He grins at me, and I find it amazing how he seems to shrug things off so easily, as though his entire being is dedicated to only the good things in life.
So, what did you think of our humble abode? Ignoring the fact, of course, that there's a great fucking hole in the cargo hold.
I chuckle at the way Bash manages to flip something as serious as a hole in the spaceship to something of mere inconvenience. I haven't seen much of it yet. In fact, before I ran into you, I was pretty lost.
No one's giving you a tour? The outrage! You think we're a band of bloody savages if you don't know any better. Have you met the captain yet?
No. Bash gives a scoff of a laugh, then shakes his head in amusement.
Probably for the best. That man's got a chip on his shoulder, like I've never seen before.
The chip on the ship.
Just stay clear of his warpath and you'll be okay, kid. Let's see, who else do we have around here? You said you've already met June. Watch out for that pet of his. Sharp teeth and confined spaces are not a good mix, let me tell you now. Don't ask me how I know that.
His pet?
You'll know when you see it. Trust me.
He shudders, and now I'm even more intrigued. Somehow, I'll have to find a way of meeting this pet.
There's the pilot, too. Now there's a pocket rocket if I ever did see one. Too bad she wasn't a fan of the water tank plans I drew up. One of them catalfins, you know? What I wouldn't give to see a full-blown space mermaid in all their watery glory.
His mind drifts elsewhere, and when I clear my throat, he shrugs and shakes his head.
She'd rather live like a lowly old human. Can't see the sense in that, personally. Yona was the one who patched you up. You've met her, I'm guessing?
Yeah, we've been introduced. She seemed lovely.
Yeah, she is. Well, there's plenty I could say about her, but I'll save it for another time.
His face changes as he talks about Ryona. It becomes softer somehow. Somebody's got a crush.
You've obviously met me, the most handsome and talented engineer on the side of Callus X. I would say that's all you need to know, but I'm sure there was someone else. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting someone?
He holds a finger against his lip, and I can't tell if he's serious or if this is all just for dramatic effect. He snaps his fingers in front of him, grinning at me as we walk through a set of double doors. And...
Oh, yes! The assassin. Said he's a spy, but between you and me, I can see him sneaking up on me from a mile away.
He leans in closer to whisper that last part, his eyes glinting with unmistakable mischief.
He's always lurking in the shadows, playing with his knives. You know, this one time, I swear I saw him. Saw me what?
There he is.
Ah! Damon! Hey, I was just telling the newbie all about our happy little crew. Delightful. Please don't let me stop you. You know what? I think I hear the captain calling my name. What's that, Cap?
Bash is already halfway across the bridge before I have the chance to say goodbye, leaving me standing on my own at the entrance. Well, not entirely on my own, as Damon is still leaning nonchalantly against the wall next to me. I spare him a nervous glance, my skin prickling under his cold stare. The way he's looking over me makes me feel like I'm not so much a guest on this ship, but his prey. Trying to ignore his unnerving presence, I survey the front of the ship. The room is spacious, control panels spread across the front, 2 seats for the pilot and co-pilot surrounded by a domed window and a cluster of seats behind them. I step forward to see through the window up ahead. The view of Solota is even more breathtaking from here. I have no idea which planet we're currently passing, but somehow it makes me feel unnervingly small, a tiny insignificant speck, alone in this vast galaxy. The drifting sound of arguing reaches me, and a couple of people I don't recognize, coupled with June and Bash, pace about the room. Over the grinding of the engines and the whir of the electronics, I can't quite make out what they're saying, but when I feel a slinking presence beside me, dark and ominous and entirely dangerous, it doesn't matter anyway. The skin on the back of my neck prickles. Everyone I've met so far has been welcoming, in their own way, but this man, Damon, Bash called him, feels anything but. My eyes flick to the side, and I know, even before I see, that he's watching me. Alright, I will say in Damon's defense, you are a random motherfucker that one of the crew members picked up and hauled on the ship, and Damon's like...
Picked up a stray. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Damon's like, who the fuck is this?
This could have been a saboteur?
Who the fuck is this? Now, so if you hang back, you'll probably hang out with Damon a bit. If you join the others, you'll meet Calderon, and probably Ayame, but you'll meet them eventually anyways.
I'm gonna chat with Damon.
On second thought, it might not be such a good idea to barge into the middle of a debate between people I don't know on a ship I don't belong on, in the middle of nowhere.
And there's a hole in the cargo bay.
which is probably what Cal's pissed about. Tension hangs in the air, so thick you could cut it with a blade. I see now that any interruption would be less than welcome.
Good to know you're not as dumb as you look.
A silky voice startles me, and I turn to find Damon standing closer than I had expected, staring me down through cold, calculated eyes. He speaks with a tone that leaves me unsure of his intention, and holds a thin blade between his forefinger and thumb, stealthing it quickly upon catching my wandering eyes.
And here I thought, after we found you smack dab in the middle of an attack on the royal palace, that you were a total write-off. Maybe I was wrong.
I stare at him dumbly, baffled by the way he exudes so much charm yet comes off so utterly disrespectful at the same time. Tall, dark, and handsome is an understatement for the man in front of me, but there's something else too. Snarky asshole.
Yeah.
Something venomous lingering behind that wolfish smile, something that seems almost cruel in comparison to the beauty of the rest of him. Damon lets out a long, dramatic sigh as he sizes me up.
No. Something about your slack-jawed, half-witted stare tells me I most certainly wasn't.
Did I ask for your opinion? I should be the bigger person and ignore him, but I'm not. And after what he just said, I don't want to be.
And he seems like the type of guy that likes it when you fight back.
Have I played his route several times? Also, just a fun lore note, he does have like a New York, they describe him as having a New York City accent, though New York City accent is 5 accents in a trench coat. But he sounds like he's from...
Yeah, you're going to need to give us a neighborhood with that.
Especially since only about 10% of the people in Manhattan are native to New York.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did my telepathic mind powers ask for your opinion?
Ooh! He's not used to people fighting back.
Damon blinks as though he hadn't anticipated that kind of response from me. Thank you so much, oh wisest of sages, for gifting me with your words. I roll my eyes at him dismissively.
Gross, pick those up.
This insufferable man is clearly intent on pushing my buttons, and although I'm trying to keep my cool, he's succeeding.
Look, I wasn't the one who decided to haul your ass onto this ship. You'd still be stuck in the middle of that battle on Goldus for all I care. Stupid.
He's like, I give a fuck about like 6 people. You ain't one of them.
Yet.
He shrugs nonchalantly as he leans back against the wall, seeming content to ignore me.
Mm-hmm.
What's your problem?
What's your damage, Heather?
You come in here.
Excuse me, bitch? What are you fucking taking my lines for? Are you not reading enough of this fucking game right now?
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I've played this game so
You
much.
come in here waltzing around and getting all up in our business. I don't trust you. Now that she said New York accent, I'm going to see what I can butcher in here.
You come into my house.
The hardness in his eyes would be enough to dismantle anyone, so I scrunch my nose at him and make my voice even harder. You don't even know me.
Exactly. And Damon said, Bazinga.
With a scoff, I turn to leave the bridge, thoroughly done with both this conversation and with Damon himself.
Damon will remember that. Where are you going?
To see your mother.
A silky voice stops me in my tracks, and when I turn to Damon, he's studying me curiously, as if I were some specimen in a lab. Back to my room.
Girl, you still don't know where you are. You don't even know how you got here. But we've only just started having fun.
He pushes himself away from the wall and steps towards me with an unnatural feline grace.
You know what else I'm good at? Finding out what people want. What they really want. Oh, tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Okay, that was my bad.
And all of a sudden he starts busting into a Spice Girls maneuver. What is it that you truly desire, Otto?
Shit, I don't even know my last name. His voice still holds what seems to be a
I don't know,
perpetually
Lucifer Morning
snarky
Star, why don't you
undertone,
tell me?
but something about his questions make my blood run cold.
Reminds me of Lucifer. What is your desire?
Regaining my memories would be a good start.
That's too easy.
He rolls
Is
his
it?
he rolls his cold blue eyes at me, clearly unsatisfied with my answer.
Everyone wants something. It's usually dark, twisted, and depraved, but it's what makes us who we are. So, what do you
What
want?
you're saying is everybody's looking for something.
I don't know, nothing really.
Liar.
His hooded eyes slide over me suggestively, his lips pulling up at one side.
Like Elvis.
I found out.
Billy
I'll find out
Idol.
what it is. Sooner or later.
So, would you like to flirt?
Absolutely. I liked watching him just look. Like, watching him short out gives me life.
You can try, but I doubt you'll get far. What makes you think I'd ever open up to you? Maybe the fact I've played fucking all 9 chapters of this game.
What makes you think you wouldn't?
What makes you think you can resist?
He takes a step toward me and cocks his head to the side, the fluorescent lights of the ship casting shadows over his sharp features.
I like to think that the argument has ceased like at least 5 minutes ago, and the rest of the ship is just watching this interaction happen. Like, are they about to like fucking make out on this ship? Like right here in front of everybody? Shh, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Bash is just like, everyone, everyone shut up. Everyone shut up. Just let it happen.
I was like, no. They don't remember who they are. I don't know if this is good. I don't know. Not Damon. Being near Damon feels like being stuck between opposite ends of a magnet. He pushes you away only to reel you back in again with the same fiery intensity. I don't move when his cool fingers grab my chin and tilt my face toward him, my body either unable or unwilling to distance itself from him.
Oh my. Listen here, Mr. Moody Pants. I'm always up for a challenge. If you're offering, of course. Jesus Christ! I'm always after the problematic ones. Hi, Adam.
I mean,
That was bullshit.
I hope you don't disappoint.
I think Damon was like designed specifically targeted to you. Like,
why is it always the dark-haired goth boys that are like, I'm Mr. Problematic?
He's wearing a trench coat, Ashlee.
Yeah.
And I am wearing his t-shirt, actually.
Nice.
I swallow around the lump in my throat, knowing I'm being lured into one of his traps, and yet
By the way,
unable to keep a
That
conspiratorial...
Basinga was Matt sending me pictures of him at 9 Inch Nails.
Everyone's
Fun
gone to
fact.
9 Inch Nails but me.
Fun fact, Damon's last name is Resner.
God damn it!
Specifically created... And now you have to choose between June and Damon.
Why not both?
No poly relationships in this game.
God damn it!
Yet unable to keep a conspiratorial grin from tugging at my lips.
Wonderless games, but Polly.
June doesn't like Damon like that.
He doesn't have to like Damon like that. I just need to like Damon like that. And June like that. I can have my green flag and my red flag. It's like Christmas flags.
The problem is Damon's also a little possessive.
Oh, he's a little yandere boy?
A little jealous.
Little jelly belly? Good, it keeps it interesting.
Damon pulls his bottom lip between his teeth, squeezing my chin just once before
He's
drops
doing
his
one
hand
of these. Give me the blue steel.
relinquishes his hold. I feel like if Calderon saw this, he'd be like, God, fucking damn it, Damon.
He would get
stop."
the fire extinguisher like, down, Damon, bad. You do nice. Not that nice. Wrong nice.
The ghost of his touch lingers, and I find myself quite unable to move, to breathe, to do anything more than stand there dumbly and pretend that my insides don't feel like they're slowly but surely caving inwards.
That's
I'll
too
be
many
right.
ooh-woos.
I think it's just the appropriate amount of oohs.
Excessive amount of ooh-woos.
Eventually, I clear my
That was
throat.
like the rapid fire air horn of uwoos.
Eventually, I clear
I
my
bagged up the
throat
uwoos.
and awkwardly
Woo.
will my limbs to loosen. Damon chuckles at my attempts to compose myself, his eyes gleaming with the prospect of a challenge.
Love a man that wants a challenge.
I'm still lost in the moment when footsteps approach, heavy set and clipped, and a gruff voice calls toward us.
Reznor. Trent Reznor is like one of my favorite artists ever of artists.
Damon rolls his eyes, and his lips curl into a smirk as he winks at me, blue eyes glinting with amusement. He steps back slowly, one foot behind the other, and slides his hands into his pockets as he turns.
And then slides his hands into your pocket.
Oh, hey, I mean, I'm not going to stop him.
As
Like,
he turns
these are
and
your
grins.
pockets now.
That infuriating way. I mean, he used to be a pickpocket when he was a kid, so.
You can pick my pockets.
All right, calm down.
I'm sorry.
He's not a thief. He just selects people's pockets for them.
Yes, dear. Is this really the time to be messing around?
Damon gasps, holding a hand to his chest in mock offense.
Pearls firmly clutched. Messing around? Me? Why, Commander, I would never. You guys look so cozy over there. And you know, I would never want to intrude.
The commander inhales sharply, shutting his eyes and pinching the bridge of his nose in clear annoyance. So, one of the top non-main character ships is Damon and Calderon. Like, people are like, oh, they're annoying. Oh, he's annoying him. They must be in love.
Yes, they're married. They've been married for 20 years. Why are you...
He stops, fixing Damon with a dark stare, one that says, don't fuck with me, among other things.
You know what? This isn't the time for your bullshit, Damon. I need you to go and do your thing and tell Bash to get Oppo on the line. We'll be paying a visit. Yes, sir?
Damon gives a mock salute, pulling on a pair of black leather gloves and looking thoroughly unimpressed at being interrupted. He turns back before he leaves the bridge, sparing a single glance over his shoulder.
Don't wait up for me.
I'm not sure which one of us he's speaking to, and in the end, I decide I'd rather not know. With a thick swallow, I turn back to the other man, steeling myself against the wrath Damon so generously invoked in him. Damon was unnerving in his own kind of way, but this man is downright terrifying. Tall, rigid, and with a scowl so intimidating it makes my blood run cold. Looks like the warm welcome ended with Bash.
What are you doing here?
Folding his arms over his broad chest, he stares me down, and I try my hardest not to shrink under his glacial glare. Excuse me? He lets out an exasperated huff of air, his sharp jaw tensing with frustration.
Boy, I get it. Look, I don't have time to babysit a stowaway. Do us all a favor and keep off the bridge, will you?
What else am I supposed to do?
That's not my problem. June was the one who brought you aboard. Why don't you go and bother him?
What?
I'm sorry, did I not make myself clear? Stay out of my way.
I blink at him stupidly, attempting to contemplate how exactly one man can be so obnoxious.
I like him a lot.
He's in a bad mood. He's perpetually grumpy.
So, Adam?
Traumatic backstory.
Maybe not.
But I
love you, Adam. I do.
I don't know. I don't think Adam has former military in him.
Well,
No. Well, listen, I can't ever turn... I can't turn on a guy in uniform. You know what I'm saying? Adam knows what I'm saying.
I mean, he was in sort of military.
He was in the Space Force?
No. It was half military, half sort of semi-police-ish.
Okay.
What?
He was part. It's hard to describe how the police force on Goldus works. Like he was more.
He was like law enforcement of some kind, in between law enforcement and military.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about my backstory. For
Not
a second,
you.
And I was like, where are you going with this?
No.
I'm like, I'm trying to remember my own backstory. I'm questioning my own backstory.
He's questioning his own lore that he lived through.
No, Calderon. Well, I guess he was. You don't have. Do you have commanders in the police, or is that just in the military?
I don't know. Consult Matt.
Commanders?
Commander.
No, it's
that's
captains.
military. No, police have captains and chiefs, but not commanders.
Yeah, I guess he was in the military then.
Play nice now, Calderon.
A feminine voice calls out from somewhere over to the side, but if anything, it only seems to make the captain even more annoyed.
He's so angry.
God, he has been through so much shit and he did nothing wrong.
See, there are so many of these people, I would just climb like a tree. So we've got June, we've got Trent Reznor, and we've got Homelander. And I love all three of them. So I'm going to be very hard-pressed to decide. I'm really enjoying Calderon, though.
I have played every romance route in this game. So, like, I get it.
Damon's nice, but I think I like Calderon the most. Because he needs a spa day.
So we're not coming in cold to this one.
Oh, I am.
Ashlee's coming in cold. I'm part of the Discord. I'm part of
Megan's
the Patreon.
coming in like an A10 warthog. She's coming in hot.
I have merch. I'm wearing merch for the game.
Megan is all aboard.
Oh my.
The Andromeda 6 train.
Yeah.
I have just gotten here.
Why are you just doing this now?
Well, I wanted to do other games first, and then I was like, maybe
It's time for my baby.
It's time for a little bit of A6, a little bit of something I know very well. My eyes flick up over him involuntarily. He has the look of a soldier. Strong jaw, stiff back, stick of his ass about a mile long.
I love him.
I mean, ouch.
Look, I really don't have time for... Ayame, get the goddamn ship on course. We're not stopping by the Kiltafian ruins. I don't give a shit what time of year it is.
The woman barks something at him, and I back away slowly, thinking it's probably best to keep out of his way after all.
Oh, this is just like a typical conversation for him. Like, he's not actually mad.
He's known Ayame longer than he's known this ship. I've barely made it 3 steps before he turns, sapphire eyes landing on me in a cold stare and freezing me in place.
You're from Goldus.
I bet. Yeah. The way he says it isn't a question, but it catches me off guard nonetheless. What?
That's where we picked you up, right?
Right.
So, tell me. Do you really think this new guy in power, Zovak, is going to be any better than some greedy son of a bitch before him?
A flash of anger passes over his features so quickly I would have missed it if I wasn't looking closely. My eyebrows knit together, confused. Maybe Ryona was mistaken about my accident. I feel less like I've taken a blow to head and more like I've been dropped into another galaxy entirely. I don't know. He sneers at me, his lips curled cruelly, and immediately I know I've struck a nerve.
I can hear the veins pulsing. You don't know? Isn't that what all you Goldians wanted? A fucking liberator?
Cal, you need to calm down.
Back off,
Oh my
Captain.
God, that is their word. You cannot use that.
The woman, Ayame, warns him, her voice low but with enough venom coating it to be threatening. She is 5'5", but she will whoop your ass, Cal.
Don't make her take off the chancla. She will beat your ass.
Calderon snorts, ignoring her.
But it's still, like, he just, like, loosens his collar a little bit and, like...
How do I know you're not one of
Back the fuck up off my lines, bitch. How do I know you're not one of his lackeys? Maybe the whole memory loss ploy was a way to get on the ship.
You think I want this to not know who I am?
Who knows what you'd say to worm your way into my crew.
He takes a step towards me, and it's so intimidating that it
Maybe you
takes
had your memory
everything.
erased so you couldn't out yourself.
I have not. It takes everything I have not to move a muscle. You're unbelievable.
You're unbelievable. Oh, okay.
No.
No, okay.
No EMF.
And you're becoming a pain in my ass. So I'm going to ask you one last time.
One more time.
He points a finger at me and I resist the urge to shove it away.
Are you working for Jez Zovac?
You're walking.
Are you always such a dick?
And you have to say, like, are you always such a dick?
You're working for Jez.
Are you always such a dick? His jaw tenses, his teeth ground tight. He has to have like muscle-induced migraines just from clenching his jaw.
Watch who you're speaking to like that, unless you want to join that
I was.
goddamn supplies on the
I
wrong
was
side of
looking
this
right
cruiser.
at you when I said it.
My chest heaves with my anger, but I hold my tongue. He is the captain, after all, even if his manners leave much to be desired.
I love him. Know this. Until we reach our destination, all eyes will be on you.
I'm not your enemy. You don't need to be so paranoid.
Paranoia is the least of my worries. Zovac is not a man to be trifled with.
If you don't like him, then maybe he's not so bad. It takes only a second to know that this was the wrong thing to say. His lips curl back from his teeth, revealing a scowl so venomous my eyes widen.
He's about to go fucking Super Saiyan on your ass. Not so bad? You think murder, deceit, and radicalism is not so bad?
I mean,
I love him. He's so angry.
His growl echoes straight through me, and I inhale sharply, meeting him head on. I don't want to give you spoilers.
Zovac, the bastard who forced the crowd council to name him king? But not before killing the entire royal family. Think about that, will you? King Fenris, the 3 queens and their 11 children murdered.
And grandchildren. Don't forget the grandkids. The youngest was 18 months old. That isn't technically spoilers.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying read your line. You keep trying to read all my fucking lines. Maybe you should pay attention to yours. Okay.
Goodness.
His eyes are blazing, the fury made obvious by the growl in his voice and the flush of his skin.
He's endgame for Otto. I'm just gonna say this right now. I love him.
He's so angry.
He hates me so much. Now, how about you tell me again how's he
Hey,
not
always gotta
so
pick
bad?
up the closest thing to her and beat him with it.
For fuck's sake, Calderon. Hey, you really gotta be a raging asshole 98% of the time.
She grabs Calderon by the arm, hoisting him back a step while she glares up at him.
It's like she went and come get your man.
Yeah.
I can imagine like he was like, oh. They're not responsible for the mess we're in.
He fixes her with an equally hard stare, the tension between them palpable as he grits out from between clenched teeth.
Set the course, now. Would it kill you to say please? Please.
She rolls her eyes at him as she storms back to the
My
cockpit
God,
controls.
Calderon.
I guess that's the pilot. The confusion must show on my face because when Calderon turns to me again, he lets out a defeated sigh, rubbing a hand over his face tiredly.
You really don't remember anything?
His voice is surprisingly gentle now, and I shake my head, unable to tear my gaze away from his. There's something about those eyes. Calderon's got a wall around him about a mile high. That much is obvious, but every now and then there's a flicker of something. He is the overworked dad of this ship, and June is the mom. If I didn't know better, I say it was sadness. He inhales sharply, the red flush of anger melting away as he waves a dismissive hand at me.
He's just so fucking tired, bro.
He's been through so much shit.
Whatever. I've got shit to do. Head back to your room. It's yours for the time being. I'll have someone check on you later.
Provoke him further.
Are we trying to get... This man's gonna have a fucking stroke. He
Or
needs...
you can just you can choose the other flirt option if you would like. There's another flirt option.
Would he appreciate... No, I don't think he'd appreciate getting aggravated more.
That's how Damon would flirt with them.
That's not what he needs right now from a stranger.
I'm still reeling after this confrontation, but there isn't any point in prolonging the argument. It's clear this man is as stubborn as a mule. Fine. Fine.
Fine.
Good.
Great.
We pause for a moment and stare at each other. And when he grins, there's something about it that catches me off guard and has me struggling to right myself.
Good to see you have some common sense, after all.
I'm walking away now.
Wait. Cool. Mood lighting? Okay. What did you say your name was?
I didn't, but it's Otto. He gives me a strange look, eyebrow quirked, and then he shakes his head as if deciding he doesn't care after all.
Well, whoever you are, we'll be dropping you off in Terranium once we get there. I suggest you come up with a plan before then. Streets of Las Vegas are not kind to the unprepared.
Okay, Terranium and Las Vegas is where A, Bash is from, and B, that's the desert with oases.
Is it basically like Las Vegas?
It's not nearly as neon. It's
Okay.
mostly dusty.
Okay. Until then, unless you can do something useful, which I highly doubt, stay out of the way.
He turns to leave the room, but not before giving me another once-over, sizing me up. I stand there dumbly as I watch the captain leave the bridge, the sound of his heavy-set footsteps disappearing beneath the hiss of the closing door.
Sorry about him. It isn't personal if it helps.
You don't need to apologize, or it felt personal. I glare towards the door that Calderon has just disappeared through, his words still rubbing me in all the wrong places. Are you sure? Because it felt pretty personal to me.
Yeah, he's good at getting under people's skin. But if you give him a chance, I promise it's worth it. Why else do you think I keep him around?
Ayame winks at me, her lips twisting into a crooked grin. I don't know, he looks pretty good at lifting boxes or maybe reaching things in high places. She lets out a laugh, a light tinkle of a sound that has me smiling along with her.
A tinkle?
Great idea. Let me know how using him as a forklift goes, because my guess is you'll be headed to the airlock in 3 minutes flat.
I laugh along with her, and I don't doubt for a second that she's right about that. A thought suddenly crosses my mind that perhaps Ayame and Calderon are more than just crewmates or friends. They would certainly make an odd pair, but they do seem pretty close. Though the last thing I want is to pry, when it comes down to it, it's really none of my business.
What's on your mind? I can hear the cogs turning from here. If you want to ask me something, go ahead. I won't bite. Unless you want me to.
I will let you choose whether or not to ask her if she's boning Calderon.
Impulsive decisions.
God, I'm the one who has to say this. It's nothing really. I was just wondering if, you and the captain seem close. Are you two? My voice trails off at the expression on her face, one that shifts from careless confidence into something of utter disbelief.
You want to know if we're a thing?
A laugh escapes her, one that I would dare say borders on hysterical. I watch as she runs a hand through her hair, drawing my attention to the gear attached to the side of her head. It looks like advanced tech, but what really catches my eye are the thin gills on the sides of her neck, moving ever so slightly with each breath she takes. I said she's a space mermaid. She has gills. She's Ketelfin.
We're definitely not a couple. Never. Ew. Gross.
She makes a gagging sound before snorting with laughter once again.
He's more like a lame older brother. We were in Orsana's guard together, and we've looked out for each other for as long as I can remember.
I want to say that's
Royal Guard?
Yeah, like Royal Guard sort of shit.
Which is probably why he's like so pissed off that the guy killed the entire royal family he was in charge of protecting. Yeah, I got it. I clocked that.
Oh, I just remembered. One of the princes was his best friend.
Yeah, there's reasons why he's angry.
He big Angie. That makes a lot more sense,
That also
actually.
explains why he's such a royal pain.
I feel a little foolish at having thought otherwise.
Hang on, you really asked me if I'm single before we've even properly been introduced? And I thought I was the bold one.
Her grin widens, and I open my mouth to protest, only to realize that there's no argument. I did ask her relationship status before introducing myself. This is awkward.
My name is Ayame, though I'm sure you've already guessed that by the way Cal was shouting at me earlier.
Actually, if you wanted to shoot that shit down, you turn it around and go, actually, I was trying to find out if the captain was single.
That's true. But please, call me Aya. Ayame just sounds so Calderon, you know, don't you think? I ask the important questions first.
Yeah. My lips curl into a smile, wicked enough to match her own, though I'm not quite sure where the confidence is coming from. Perhaps Aya is rubbing off on me.
Oh, you wish.
Oh! Beat me by 1 second.
We share the same brain cell.
You could say I was asking the most important question first. Ayame flushes, and I know I've caught her off guard. I bite down on my tongue to keep from laughing at the way her eyebrows shoot upwards. My name is Otto, not quite as beautiful as Ayame, but it does the job.
Okay, did not see that coming.
I feel like her blush is slightly purple.
Yeah, it does look purple.
Which makes sense. I think
Does
her...
it?
It might be an optical illusion because her eyepiece is purple and her eyes are purple, so our brain is like, purple!
See the gray parts of her hair?
Yeah.
When she's exposed, like when she's in the water for an extended period of time, that gray color becomes purple.
Okay.
Because, like,
she's
her
water
pigment-
soluble.
That's the question. What metal does her blood use instead of iron?
I don't know. It could be catalphanite, which is what was mined from that planet, which is what led to its destruction. They overmined it for catalphanite, and then it fucking imploded, and all the catalphans had to fucking leave. Back to the game. I wish I could tease her even more, but the way my shoulders are shaking with laughter, I suspect she's already caught me out.
Well done, Otto. I can't remember the last time someone caught me off guard like that. But it won't be that easy next time, amigo.
I shrug as if it doesn't matter, but in my head I'm already preparing myself. I'm just happy to hear that there will be a next time. I return the smile she gives me, but thinking about that, however, brings back the memory of Calderon and his ultimatum, and it quickly fades. I hardly know the people on this ship, but somehow the thought of being alone out there in the world, not knowing where I came from, is nothing short of terrifying.
Hey, what killed your mood? June fill us all in on what was happening with you.
Chekhov's gun.
I'm sorry, by the way. Did you just remember something?
I wish. No, I'm just not sure how much longer I'll be here.
Why is that? You got someplace to go?
No, not particularly. The captain made it pretty clear that I'll be on my own once we get to Terranium. Aya's eyebrows shoot up as she stares at me, a mixture of shock and anger twisting her features.
She won't beat that ass.
She's gonna beat Cal's ass!
What the? He said he's dropping you off in Terranium? Terranium?
Yes, it's your next stop, isn't it?
It is, but do you know anyone in Terranium? Got any place to go? Any plans?
I shake my head over and over in answer to her questions. My past is still very much a blur, and these people are the only ones I remember knowing. With an exasperated huff, Aya throws her hands in the air, pacing the floor in front of me.
Is he out of his freaking mind? No, he must have completely lost it now.
It's okay, Aya. I can take care of myself.
You barely know who yourself is.
I'll ask around and get a job or something to keep me going while I try to get my life in order. I try to reassure her because the last thing I want is to cause trouble for one of the few people who have been so kind to me. This crew has already saved my life. It doesn't seem right to ask for any more from them than that. Aya stops pacing, pulling her bottom lip between her teeth as she turns to me.
It's not fine. A job in Terranium? Fending for yourself in that place when you don't even know your last name?
She puts a hand on my shoulder and looks me dead in the eye. At once, I begin to understand a little of how she manages to keep a pair like Timon and Calderon in check.
Look, don't worry about it. I'm not going to let that dumbass leave you stranded in...
She stops at the sound of the opening door and the sight of the figure who steps onto the bridge with us.
Otto, what are you doing in here? Didn't I tell you to get some rest?
I'm startled by the hardness of Ryona's tone, turning to find the medic staring at me with her hands on her hips and her foot tapping expectantly.
I guess I'll just have to make
What's
sure
all
I
the
stay
fuss
in bed.
about? Sorry, we were talking and then I found out some dumbass is thinking of doing something even dumber. I lost my cool, Rye.
Ryona's expression softens as her gaze settles on Aya.
Then you go and deal with it, Aya. But please, don't drag Otto along with you. They need to rest if they've had any hope of recovering their memories. You better do what Iona says. You don't want to see her when she's mad.
Ayame smiles at me sheepishly, giving my arm a quick, affectionate squeeze before she heads toward the door.
Aye, Doc. I'm on it.
She goes to Calderon's room and just punches him in the face like 12
She
times.
starts to beat his ass. He's like, oh, God. Ah.
Her footsteps fade as she leaves, and when Ryona turns to me, I brace myself.
You should be resting, Otto. Come on. I'll show you to your room.
Her smile is soft, but the firmness of her voice makes it clear that I don't have a choice in the matter. Answering only with a small smile of my own, I follow her from the bridge. Ryona safely delivers me to my room with a promise to check on me later, and I promptly fall down onto the bed with a sigh. My body is still aching enough to be a bother, but the time I've spent trapezing around the ship hasn't done me any favors.
Do you mean traipsing?
Yeah, it's traipsing.
Is it traipsing?
You
Trapezing?
trapezing? Oh, I'm not sure what
Trapezing is
traipsing is.
I've never
I know
s-
what traipsing is.
I've
I'm not sure about
Direct your
trapezing.
attention to the center ring.
I've never
Trapezing on it.
I've never seen traipsing written out before.
That's fair.
I didn't notice it so much at the time, but now that I'm here, resting doesn't sound half bad.